Hello and welcome. We're down in the lab today. I just wanted to do. Oh, it's raining. Bit noisy. My apologies. You can see here some of the development I've been doing on my lab. Be getting to that in probably the next video, not today. I'm hoping to finish that off in the next video and do a revisit on my combustion engine. As you can see, that's almost ready to go on full-scale production on all my energy. For now, I'll be using a little bit of it. Actually, I'll be using my IC2 energy for this particular tutorial. I just wanted to show a little thing on the recycler. Now, at the moment, it does use some of the engine in regards to the quarry that I run. But I have out here a system that I've got set up for recycling when I use my quarry. Unfortunately, I have noticed with 1.5, where 1.4 we did have this working really well just to recycle all sorts of stuff. 1.5 I've noticed our little recycler unit here, and you'll see that there, got a little overclockers going just to get a bit of speed on it. It's not doing any of the stone products, cobblestone, stone. I'm getting very little scrap from a lot of the products. Dirt and gravel I've noticed are giving it okay. Cobblestone definitely I am getting zero scrap out of it, which is kind of making the recycler semi-redundant because it's not actually scrapping the items that I want it to. It's a bit of a bummer, but it does still work, and it's working with the dirt and gravel, so it's at least doing some of the stuff that we've got out of the quarry. It just disposes of the cobblestone in the end. I get a little process here just with a furnace. The reason I put this in there was I thought, well, cobblestone's not working, so I'll turn it all into normal stone, and surely that'll turn into scrap, but that's not working either. Anyway, the whole concept here is that this is my main vault that all my quarry diggings get sorted into. You've seen this in a few videos in variations of my worlds. This is just a way that I do stuff for the quarry, and it's one of the fundamental things I've got pretty much worked out quite well. You'll see here diamond pipe sorting. At the moment I've got some rather awkward objects in there. That's simply to create directional controls. At the moment I don't want anything green for backflow. No backflow, so all the green ones will have a book in there, just because a book is something that will never come out of the quarry. And this one here, book there on red, because I don't want to sort out in that direction yet, so I've just got it turned off. 3 there gives me, you see the red line is what's pulling off all my items for scrap. So at the moment I've just gone onto a second one there, but I've taken items out, so I've got room back in here, but the sorting system does have its limits in the amount of items you can take out of here. Other mods I believe work better, but I'm just going fairly low tech at the moment until I develop. At any rate, that basically anything I want to go to scrap goes out into red, and then anything else just goes straight into my sorting system, which is just insertion pipes into the barrels. You'll see here I just put in a dimensional system onto cobblestone, so that's why I've taken it out of here. Therefore it will actually refill into the barrels until that's reached its maximum potential, which will be a long way away. You can see the back side of it here where it's coming in, and it's a simple basic system where it's just dividing it all out. I've used a mixture of stone and cobblestone pipes so they'll run side by side without mixing up. The diamond pipes here are kind of just because they've just come into junction with the return pipes that I've got here. You'll see how that all works in a moment. But basic concept is anything comes in here and goes down this main pipe here. So again, these here are mainly set up to prevent backflow. So everything goes through the one direction, which is red. So anything from any direction coming in will go out the red pipe. Again here, anything going from any direction out the red pipe. So that just basically means anything goes this direction and down this main pipe here. So fairly self-explanatory there. Once you get to there, just go along here. Obviously the first thing I've got here is a sorter that goes right cobblestone. You're going down blue into the chute here, so it collects a few cobblestone into there and automatically can start smelting that into normal stone. It also has a return pipe here. Actually, it's the black that's pulling that down, my mistake. Blue here is simply a return pipe or an overflow, because not always do that sometimes fills up, and then you've got an excess that's you can't just have it overflowing out. So the blue just means it can go either down there or this way. It keeps a regular flow happening. The return pipe just obviously comes back up here, and again, of course, all returns go out red. So that's how we've done that. If it's not cobblestone, then we'll just drop back down here. If it's not cobblestone, it continues past those and just continues on here around, and then to an insertion pipe here again. Insertion pipe here because any item. This one here is set as a diamond pipe because I only want cobblestone dropping in. This one here is an insertion pipe because it's anything that comes past here. I want it to drop into the filter system here and into the recycler. Once that fills up, it just continues again down this secondary return pipe, and again, all go down red. So that creates a loop. So we've got two loops, a cobblestone loop inside here, and then an all items loop on the outside that just loop around and around and around. I'm hoping I will just be able to set up the quarry in a moment, and I'll just get it redigging a new section. That way I can get this turned on and we can see some action. Obviously it'll won't be churning cobblestone because I'm refilling that, but let's return shortly and we'll see what this is looking like once the quarry is going. Okay, well, this is my quarry location. You can see here I've just sort of gotten the basics started here, dug a few quarries out there, working around and around, just working it out from a center location. From the map you can see there's actually a village directly above me, which is why you'll hear zombies and door smashing every now and then, because you do actually hear them. I'm just below the surface of the village. There's my quarry, it's in place, everything is set, so we should be all good to go on the vault there. And we will now go back to the lab. The last thing we need to do is just check on some fuel, which we have. We have fuel in there, no problem. Let's turn on. As you can see, I've only got 5 engines going at the moment. But that's enough to run the quarry for a basic. It's not super fast, but it gets it going until we've got the next bit set up, which shall be coming shortly. We'll go for a quick peek. Engine is on because I'm actually not got my book to the normal quarry location, so I've just got this spot that the quarry has since dug out. So because of that, I end up teleporting to a floating spot in the ground, in the air. Always need to make sure my hover mode's on when I teleport to that location, only because I am currently without access to the normal book I use to get to the quarry. I'll get that back, that won't be a problem. Just let that dig out. Okay, well, it looks like I've just seen an Enderman over there. And one thing you'll notice in any of the videos that we've been doing with myself and Joy and so forth is Enderman is gold for us. So I am going to see what I can do about luring Mr. Creeper away from there. Yeah, you pull up, that's fine. Do what you have to do. Where did that Enderman go? I saw one here somewhere. This thing's almost done. And I need ender pearls. So endermen are really valuable. He got away. Somehow he got away. That's a bummer. Because I have deliberately taken EE3 out of this because, in my opinion, EE3 is cheating. Because you're just basically going, oh, I'm going to make an equivalent exchange of this item to this item. Yeah, sure, it's an equivalent exchange, but it's still getting something for nothing, if you ask me. So I took that one out because you got to work for anything you want to get. Now my quarry has just finished. Let's see it just start to churn away at some items. There it goes. So there's a 5-engine quarry going, which is not as fast as I usually have mine going. It'll do its job for the moment. Let's go have a look back at the lab. So the engine's still happily burning away there. And we shall go and have a look at the items coming through. It's starting to come through there. Most of it's all going straight into here. I'll have a look at it from the back here because you can see a few more of the items going through. Most of it's stopping short there. I'm hoping for a bit of dirt before too long. Okay, here we go. There's some dirt coming through now. So we'll start to see a little bit of action. So you can see that's actually sorting through. It's not the fastest of processes. It's deliberately designed that way. So while that's going through, I'll go into a bit more detail about some of this. Now, I mean, obviously you'll notice there's an excessive amount of pipe going back and forth along here. A couple of factors in that. One is obviously when I designed this place, I just, for whatever reason, started making my vault up here, and then for some reason built my main industrial craft power supply down the other end here, which we'll go down and have a look at now. And that's just my lava flow here. For whatever reason, decided to set this up. Wasn't thinking too much about one or the other at the time. So when I linked it all up, obviously all the power and stuff, my MFV is down here. So all my power that comes off that is going up this corner. But it's not a big drama that I had to set it up that way, because the pipes have a second function, which is simple buffering. When you have the quarry running, as you can see now, there is a lot of stuff goes through. Particularly cobblestone. We're not seeing very much at the moment because that's the cobblestone chest there. It's all just disappearing into that. But when it's not being put into a chest and it's actually coming through this system, there is a lot of it goes through. This thing gets full very quickly, and then we have flows going back, flowing through really quickly. We won't see much of that at the moment because the dirt gets processed quickly enough, I think, that we starting to see it. We're seeing it in the chute there. So we're still leaving on 1 and 2 and 3. That's processing through very quickly on all of the dirt. You can see the scraps are being produced, and you'll see them being sucked out there in that pipe. So that is obviously the main function there, to recycle into scrap. So that's all looping around, and that creates a nice big buffer of items that can just loop around in this chamber here, and you can store quite a lot just in that piping system, just rolling around bit by bit, slowly getting processed. Anyway, moving along, the next part of the chain, as I said, scrap comes out and goes into this pipe. I have an automatic crafting bench, automatic workbench here, obviously set up to make scrap boxes out of the scrap. Then, using the Gregtech mod, I believe, we have a scrap boxinator. Now, it's a pretty self-explanatory thing once you've seen all of these items and know that they can all work together like this. Pretty self-explanatory concept. Scrap gets made out of the recycler into the auto workbench, made into a scrap box. Scrap box gets pulled out into a scrap boxinator. It automatically turns it into an item. There we go, something got made. A stick got made. And we'll see if that basically gets pulled out, and that then goes back into the bolt. So that purely goes in and comes back out. At this end here, we shall see shortly a stick come through that just went through the scrap system. There it is. There's my stick that got recycled. Obviously, there are items, sticks will probably become one of them, that you don't need a lot of, that you can end up, as you can see in my items, there are items you don't need that get produced that you can just put back into the recycling system, and they come back through, and they just get re-scrapped and recycled again. So that's how the basic recycle system works. Pretty straightforward, really. So, when you decide to set yourself up a quarry and you have a whole bunch left over and you don't know what to do with it, if you haven't decided to set up a recycling system before or looked into it before and you've decided you want to check it out, well, that's a basic setup that will get you recycling all your scrap pretty efficiently. When I first started quarrying, obviously I did the old tricks of setting up lava pits and cactus and stuff just to dispose of all the extras. But hey, why not put it to use and recycle it? Reduce, reuse, recycle, they say. Even in Minecraft.